I have to preface this by saying that what I'm about to share might make me sound insensitive, and I understand if I receive criticism, but I'm genuinely seeking perspective from all angles, and this might be a lengthy one. About a year and a month ago, my girlfriend was a victim of assault as she left work. Thankfully, she wasn't seriously harmed, but her attacker threatened her with a weapon. Thanks to security cameras in the parking lot and across the street, the police swiftly apprehended him. He didn't contest the charges and received a 20-year sentence, with the possibility of parole in about 10 years. This was an incredibly traumatic experience for both of us. I can't fathom what she went through, and while I wasn't physically harmed, the knowledge that someone else was causing her pain was deeply distressing. Immediately after the incident, she didn't want to see me. I respected her space, but it hurt not knowing if she was okay. Her family eventually contacted me, and I was briefed on how to behave around her. It was a painfully awkward meeting, but I understood the need for caution given the circumstances. In the following weeks, she began therapy, and I tried to educate myself on supporting a survivor of assault. She finally reached out to me, and our first conversation was at a coffee shop. She seemed emotionally distant, almost robotic, due to the medication she was on. She explained that she needed time and space to heal, and I assured her that I'd be there for her no matter what she needed. However, when I expressed my love for her, she shut me down, asking me to respect her boundaries. Our communication was sporadic, and I struggled with feelings of loneliness and helplessness. Months went by before she agreed to meet me for dinner, and even then, it was a strained encounter. I tried to connect with her, but she was guarded, and any attempt to discuss her recovery was met with hostility. It was disheartening to feel shut out of her life, especially after everything we'd been through together. Despite my efforts to be patient and supportive, there were times when I felt neglected and forgotten. Then, out of the blue, she stopped showing up for our lunches. When I tried to reach out, her family brushed me off, leaving me to wonder if something had happened to her. It was a relief to hear that she was physically okay, but the emotional distance between us only grew. Finally, she arranged for us to meet at her therapist's office, where she dropped a bombshell. She'd been intimate with someone else. I was devastated. It felt like a betrayal, a punch to the gut after months of waiting patiently for her to come back to me. The therapist tried to rationalize it, but I couldn't shake the feeling of being stabbed in the back. I confronted her about it, and she apologized, claiming she didn't want to lose me, but I couldn't ignore the fact that she'd chosen someone else over me, even if it was just once. She promised to cut ties with the other guy, but the damage had been done. I couldn't shake the feeling of being second best, of being sidelined in my own relationship. Despite my reservations, I agreed to give her another chance. We tried to rebuild our relationship, but the trust was shattered. I couldn't help but feel resentful, knowing that she'd been with someone else while I'd been waiting faithfully for her to come back to me. It was a constant battle between my love for her and my sense of betrayal. In the end, I had to prioritize my own well-being. I couldn't continue to invest in a relationship where I felt undervalued and unappreciated. It was a difficult decision, but ultimately, I had to walk away for my own sake. I still care about her deeply, but I can't ignore my own needs and feelings in favor of trying to salvage a broken relationship. I know this decision will hurt her, and I hate that I'm causing her pain, but I can't sacrifice my own happiness for the sake of someone else's. I deserve to be in a relationship where I feel valued and respected, where my needs are met and my feelings are taken into consideration. It's a painful realization, but sometimes, walking away is the only option left.